Can't believe 2018's running halfway over. I also can't believe that 2013 was 5 years ago. Think about 5 years ago. Think about how much older you are now, or how younger you were then. Differences in the way that you look, the way that you act, the way that you talk. God, you disgust me! Maybe that's just me. 5 years ago, though, we talked about a lot of bad artists. And that's not just the reviews. We're also talking about the top 10 worst artist lists that were done. There was 3 of them, so there was 30 total. Though by the end of the day, there was actually more like 50. Because why not? Because they just kept getting added, stacked one by one, and it was just ridiculous. But here it is, 5 years later. The names might be different, the faces might not be the same, but the idea is the same. The idea that bad music still exists, bad artists are still out there, and they're still producing and pumping out this crap, and we still have to identify them for what they truly are, which is bad artists. Some of these are new, some of these are old, some of these are whatever. Let's just get going. Top 10 worst artists on the planet today, 2018. We start with number 10. And number 10 is Nicki Minaj. Was Nicki Minaj on one of those lists before that? Probably. I don't know. I was going to go through the archives and check, but then I read this most recent story that was happening with her and Travis, whatever the hell his name is. I really don't care. And she's mad because her brand new album didn't go to number 1. It was at number 2, and the blame was cast upon Travis and his album, considering there was an endorsement from Kylie Jenner, because there was help by Amazon, or it was help by iTunes, or Apple, or Tidal, or one of these other stupid little things, because we're now in this streaming age, as opposed to the physical copies age. Now, if the system can be cheated, it can be cheated easily. Well, no freaking shit, Sherlock, it can be cheated easily. It's all computers. Russians are hacking people's bank accounts and selling them to Ukrainians, or selling them to, like, people down in Georgia, or selling them to people on the moon. Who knows? Nikki, just shut up. Who cares? Who cares? You still sold a bunch of records. You've had 1,001 number ones. I know that there was that whole idea, 5 straight number ones, or whatever the hell it was. But dude, just chill out. Just chill out. There are some bands out there, there are some groups, there are some singers, rappers that would love to sell half of what you sell. Stop it. Everybody, this is the definition of entitlement. It's the definition of entitlement. Whenever you go, wah, 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 my album wasn't number 1. Number 9 is Five Finger Death Punch, and this is a band that whenever they first started off, not too bad. Maybe we've talked about them before. I don't know. I don't care anymore. But they've just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I can already see the excuses. I can already see what's going to be said. I can hear as a clairvoyant into the future and see the comments that say, well, Ivan Moody has gone through a tough time, but now he's back and he's better than ever. He's conquered all of his demons and everything is great. That doesn't mean that the music is great. Hello? Hello? Just because somebody decides that he's going to have a little bit of a titty fit and not know what he's going to do with a little drinking problem and want to punch people, and then goes to rehab and is like, I'm all better now, doesn't mean they're magically a good band again. The material is still bad. And just because they go to another record label, that apparently didn't help either. So, Five Finger Death Punch easily on this list, considering the music and the material has become absolutely deplorable, to the point where it wasn't even worth talking about the album that was released this year. And you know, whenever that happens on this channel, one of two things has happened. Either one, CKN is really, really sick or about ready to die, or number 2, it just wasn't worth talking about. Number 8, 6 Feet Under. Speaking of bands that just aren't even worth talking about anymore, 6 Feet Under has been comedically bad over the last couple of years, to the point where they have been the trailblazer, the number 1 worst album of the year, 3 years consecutively or something like that. I don't know. But the covers albums have been bad. The originals have been bad. They just sound dull, uninspired. And this is a band that once featured, or that now features, the once vocalist of Cannibal Corpse. But everything just sounds so lazily done. The inspiration, as I said, has been at an all-time low. And based off of those ideas, it just feels like this band is making albums just to make albums and to make music. And you know what? Okay, I can actually get behind that idea. I can get behind the idea that, oh, well, you know, maybe the shit sucks, but we like making music and releasing it. That's A-okay. But that ain't my job, governor. My job is to review stuff and tell people if it is good or bad. And lately, it's been bad. Very bad. Very bad. This band should be 6 Feet Under, but they can still record if they want. Number 7, oh my god, modern country music. In the past, I had a whole slew of names that were ready for this, whether they were male artists, female artists, groups, whatever it may be. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to throw the entire entire genre under the bus, considering they have made dull, uninspiring, samey, garbage music now for the past decade. And it's all been because people have been soaking it up, people have been paying money to go to these concerts to see artists such as Florida Georgia Line, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean, Brantley Gilbert, whatever the names of the new ones are. I really don't care because I don't listen to that stuff anymore and I don't work in a music store anymore. So I don't have to. I have the choice to not listen to it at all. But I know it's terrible. Why do I know that it's terrible? Because I hear it in every store that I go into. Why do I know that it's terrible? Because I live in an area where it's blasted from cars. Either that or if you go to any sort of social event that revolves around this area, there it is. It's right there. It's in your face. How can you tell one song from the other? I sure as hell can't. The Voice? Even those are really close these days. The whole entire genre is absolutely nullified. It's null and void. It's gone. Stick with the old school stuff. Stick with folks that go with that old school outlaw spirit. The Sturgill Simpsons, maybe the Chris Stapletons of the world, the Hank Williams IIIs that still exist. Those that are trying something new. Those who are going back to something that's old that actually sounds new at this point. Stick with them. The whole entire rest of the lot, fuck it. Fuck it all to hell. They don't deserve to live. Number 6, Justin Bieber. Why is he on this list? Is he even relevant anymore? It doesn't really matter. He wasn't on the last list because those lists were the top 10 worst artists that were not named Justin Bieber. Well, now he's named. Now he's out there. Now he's on this list. This little bastard, whenever he came forward, became an instant sensation. And I really don't know why. Is it because he's got a baby face? Is it because he's got baby, baby, baby? He doesn't do that anymore. No. Now he's gone from an obnoxious teenager to an even more obnoxious adult. To an obnoxious adult that now all of a sudden thinks he's a model, that thinks he's, adult enough to go crash cars and do heroin and fuck chicks and do all this other crap. He's going to spawn with somebody eventually, and that's going to be the dumbest looking child ever. Maybe he should get with Kristen Stewart. Because if that happened, then Kristen Stewart may actually show emotion. Might actually show emotion. Maybe whenever it's announced that they're first together, she'll go like this. And then whenever she sees their offspring, she'll go like this. Justin Bieber is a horrible individual. Is he a great singer? Is he a great this? Is he a great that? Did he single-handedly help infuse this whole acidy, scissorpy style pop music that was dominating now? Before I stop that series, thank Christ. Maybe. He's definitely one that didn't help matters, considering it was awful popular with the minutes. So fuck him. He's terrible. He's always been terrible. It's like the 10-year anniversary of him being a piece of shit. So let's move on to number 5, which is Drake. Now, I really don't have that much to say about Drake as a singer, as a rapper, as a person. Considering these artists, sometimes it has to do with the people that surround them. This In My Feelings challenge, are you freaking kidding me? Let's actually step out of a moving car and dance like a little weirdo for a little while. I'll tell you what I love to see. Whenever these people do this, if they face plant right into the concrete, or they hit a tree, or their car gets run over by a bulldozer, or whatever the hell it might be, I would love to see that video. Someone link me that one. But this is ridiculous. This is stupid. Why is Drake all of a sudden this big old meme machine? Why was that so hard for me to say? That itself is probably meme-worthy. But at the same time, Drake as an individual and as a rapper, I don't see a lot of difference in what he's done lately. I don't see a lot of progression. I've listened to a spotty song here and there, including the song that has spawned this meme, and to me it just sounds like a lot of other stuff. So what makes him so special? What makes him so unique? I still don't totally get it. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to sit here and diss him, but I am going to roast every single one of y'all that have been done this Kiki challenge and haven't been doing it right. They haven't been doing it right. What you actually need to be doing is do this on the edge of a cliff. And that way, whenever you get out your car, you fall off, and then there you go. Number 4, 21 Pilots. Oh my Lord, have mercy. I remember whenever I was a much smaller Mark, whenever I was a much smaller CKN, working in a music store, tapping away on his computer, and somebody said, "Have you heard of 21 Pilots? They're a great band." And I thought, oh, another band to listen to. This will be great. Oh my God, it wasn't great. It was terrible. This is a band that is supposed to be one of the biggest rock groups in the world today. And you'll wonder why people say that rock is dead. You'll wonder why people say that rock is on a decline, why it's dying, whenever stuff like this that's extremely neutered in sense is considered to be one of the most popular things that are out there. I've heard the songs, I've heard the catchy little quips, the little gimmicks, the little faux raps, the little faux this, the little whatever, and it just does not work whatsoever. It's something that really begs the question as to why this is even popular. Is it because it does have some of those similarities to the pop and the rap that's going out there, the hip-hop, whatever it might be? That might be one of the big reasons why. Maybe that's just the way in which the world is turning to now whenever it comes to musical consumption. But either way, that doesn't make it good. That doesn't... tomorrow, that would be a bad decision for the Foo Fighters. Wouldn't mean just because it was the Foo Fighters that all of a sudden it's amazing, it's great, it's acceptable. No, it's not! And 21 Pilots doing it isn't acceptable either. These two douchebags, or 3 or 4, however many douchebags are in this band, should just go to another planet and perform for them. Become the biggest selling sensation on the planet Uranus. Number 3 is SoundCloud rap. Oh my lord, you might as well throw mumble rap in here as well. SoundCloud rap, mumble rap, both of them just to me are just, what? It just sounds like a bunch of you that love a bunch of memes, love taking a bunch of cough syrup, love to rail Xanax, or whatever it might be, Valium, just decided that there needs to be an entire culture behind this. That this needs to be encouraged more. It's not happening enough. I'm not seeing this enough at parties. Instead, I need to get it out there to the people. I must take my message to the people. And then all of a sudden you get people with 75,000 tattoos on their face of all places, and people dying, people shot, people doing bad things, beating people. Are these good people or bad people? And throw Post Malone in there as well. And Mac Miller. Why the hell not? They're not necessarily within that little realm or genre or whatever, but what? What is going on with the hip-hop music of today? What is going on with the hip-hop consumer of today? There are a lot of questions that I could honestly have considering all of this. And what is up with some of these names? What's up with some of these names? Extension, Little Uzi Vert, Little Yachty, Little this, Little that. I'm Little Toaster, fuck you! Number 2, Meghan Trainor. Oh my, I haven't heard anything from this bitch in a while, and I'm very, very happy about that. If God loves me, he will keep this up, and it will go on forever. But no, for a time there, Meghan Trainor was absolutely everywhere. First, she told us that she's all about that bass, no treble. Then she told us how to say no. She told us all sorts of terrible, terrible things. And she also told us exactly what she needed out of her future husband. Now listen, I dig empowerment. I really do. I dig a nice, powerful woman. I think that's a great, great thing. But the way that this is being done was completely fabricated, and nobody saw that. Nobody even wanted to look into that. They immediately wanted to see her as this great, brazen, powerful figure. You're going to get more great advice from Lady Gaga or Katy Perry if you want my honest truth. Especially whenever it came to all about that bass, considering she was talking about size and how size didn't matter. But at the same time, she went from being a little bit bigger to being smaller, so apparently that her size fucking mattered! That's enough of that. We need to get to number 1. Number 1 is Imagine Dragons. Now, call me crazy, but around 5 years ago, whenever Imagine Dragons had a song out, which is entitled Radioactive, I actually kind of really dug them. I actually kind of really like this band. Mostly for just that one song, though. For just that one song. They did a collaboration with Kendrick Lamar during the Grammys, the next year's Grammys, and it was awesome. It was great. I thought to myself, maybe this group this group has a prayer. Then I heard the other material. Then I heard the next album. Then I heard the album after that. And then you couldn't avoid it. You couldn't avoid it. It was everywhere. It wasn't just in stores. It wasn't just being played out of your neighbor's boomboxes. It was being played in YouTube ads. It was being played on ads on TV. It was everywhere. Lightning and thunder are 2 words that are now synonymous with everything. It doesn't matter if it's Snoopy dolls, or it doesn't matter if it's hookahs. It could be computer monitors. It could be desks. It could be dildos. It didn't matter. Lightning and thunder, or whatever the hell the song was called. It doesn't matter what it was called. It was called, this song is going to be on every ad known to man. I once saw that song used in ads back to back to back to back times. 4 times in a row. 4 different goddamn ads. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. And the music is just bona fide copy-paste material. It's almost like they found the formula for a hit song and it's decided, okay, we're done. We don't have to do this shit again. They went to their producers, they went to whoever wrote their songs and said, hey, that song that worked, do it again! Do it again, slave! Do it 12 times! We'll call that an album. Do it 24 times! There's 2 albums worth of material! All that we have to do is go into the studio and make little noises, and then we go tour the world. We become billionaires, while you, well, we don't like you anymore. We won't like you again until we need 12 more songs for the next album. Wah-ha-ha! And then all of a sudden Apple and all of these other companies that need something for their products were just like jacking it everywhere. It's like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. We want you for our commercials. We want you for our commercials. I'm surprised that Donald Trump hasn't made the theme for the White House. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And none of the songs are all that good. I can't even listen to Radioactive these days without thinking, wow, this song was like a lie. It was like a bona fide lie straight to my face. It was like I went on this nice date with Imagine Dragons, and they told me right to my face as we were about to leave and depart, go our separate ways for the night, that they loved me. And then the next day, they were on with somebody that was just like me. And then the next day, someone else that was just like me. And then eventually people that weren't like me. That I love you was a lie. Oh my, I love you to you was a lie as well, considering you are one of the worst bands on the planet. In fact, on this list, you are the worst band on the planet. You are copy-paste, bona fide bullshit. And I hope, genuinely, with every fiber in my being, that something happens that makes you incapable, unable to produce music ever again. Because that is not just what you deserve, but it is what the world deserves. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. 10 of the worst bands, groups, individuals, artists on the planet today. Oh my god. I see why I don't do this very often anymore. I'm probably beet red, I can't even see. Oh, sweat in your eyes sucks. If you thought I left anybody off, I probably damn sure did. Let me know in the comments below. If you think this video sucks because I just talked shit on one of your favorite bands, chill out. Everything's for entertainment. Everything's for fun. But the entertainment that's given by these artists sucks.